Hey, what's going on YouTube? This Unapologetic Gamer, and I'm back with another video, and we're gonna keep this going, man. In the last video, hopefully you saw it. If not, go back to the last video. EA Sports, in response to the Madden 23 closed beta, in the comments, they're responding finally to the comments as we get closer to, we're less than 2 weeks away from the Madden 23 early release. So just a lot of questions that we had, they're kind of answering those questions and letting us know where they at with other things. But the next thing we're going to talk about, the next highly voted on comment, play awareness. Let's read that. Too easy to run the same plays over and over again. It received 270 votes and 249 comments. And this is how they respond. We've made a number of changes since the closed beta to bring more balance to the gameplay. We believe these changes will bring more variety to play calling. But we want to hear from you, our community, when the game launches to let us know how you feel about these changes. Each of these implemented changes may be further tuned via a Madden NFL 23 title update. So they did some things that we didn't experience in the beta to force people to call different plays. Man, when y'all ever hear EA talk like that, man? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know if they have different developers, man, or they finally are afraid because how embarrassed they was in Madden 22. Madden 22 was the pinnacle. That was the mountaintop. That was the peak of embarrassment for any gaming franchise, especially a historic franchise as Madden. You know what I mean? And Madden passing, you know what I mean? You got to bring back the X's and O's, man. You got to force people, man. That was an embarrassment. It's exactly, and as well as they feeling the pressure from 2K, man, because we don't know what 2K gonna do. But it's just that they even making a game is adding pressure, because competition breeds a better quality of any product. You know what I mean? If you have a monopolized owner of any product or any field, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna get the worst quality possible, and that's just human nature, man. Competition breeds excellence. You know what I mean? And I believe that's what's taking place, or there could have been a staff change, you know, at EA, which I'm not too familiar with their staff, but whatever's going on, I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. So let's get back to the notes. So they saying title updates. So in the beginning stages, they're going to be more importantly just balancing it. They just going to be balancing it, whatever they're doing to change this part of it. People calling the same plays over and over. So the first point on this, logic added so that when defensive backs are playing in linebacker positions, they will have slower reaction time to the running game. That's important, man. That's important because that's real, man. How many DBs y'all know will be in a hurry to tackle and take on linemen? And what I noticed in the beta too, there was more pancakes. So they're trying to get people away from putting safeties in the linebacker position, and people did that to save their defense basically. And I was one of them. I did it exclusively because the linebackers were so bad. But what I noticed is when I first played the beta, I didn't take linebackers out. I left them in, and linebackers play much better. That's why I was saying I'm going to a 3-4, and I'm not going to be subbing linebackers out anymore because the linebackers play a lot better. And so you can see a lot of these people that like to play 3-3-5 and all that type of stuff, the DBs will have lower tackle ratings. You know what I mean? They get pancaked, and also they will have slower reaction time to the running game, but they'll be better in the passing game. So depending on who you play, that adds more of an X's and O's type feel to the game, because if you identify they don't have linebackers on the field, you just hit them with the run game. You know what I mean? You just hit them with the run game and get them out of that, which is good, man, which is really good. The next point, they removed the ability to hot route tight ends to a pass block assignment when in a 2-point wide receiver stance. So you'll see this more in gun bunch, where the tight end will be he will be off the line kind of in a wide receiver 2-point stance. And people just block that, and block the running back, and they still have 3 routes out so they can hit the money plays. That's going to be gone. You cannot block. You cannot block in the tight end and wide receiver gun bunch, which is awesome, man. A lot of people not going to like that, but I see what EA is doing, man, and I'm loving it. The next point, they adjusted the corner route and bunch formations and the corner hot route and the hot route master and slot apprentice abilities to align with the other corner routes throughout the playbook. So, if y'all, I'm gonna try to make I'm gonna try to make you understand this as best as possible. So, corner route, they go up the field, straight up the field, and then they break at an angle towards the corner, but still running up the field. Well, when you had hot route apprentice, and this is really going to affect MUT players for the most part, but Tom Brady, you could audible in hot routes. I think Aaron Rodgers, you can audible into these corner routes that had more of a break towards the sideline instead of up the field. It was a sharper cut to the sideline, which created the glitchy animation, what they was doing in gun bunch, and they was abusing it. So what they did was they made they made the corner route more uniform across the board. So it'd be just like the generic corner route, where that corner route will go more towards up the field, but still at an angle. So people can't take advantage of that, man, because that's all you had, people taking advantage of it. I'm not sure if a lot of y'all knew they would take advantage of it playing in with Aaron, I believe Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, or whoever had hot route master or slot apprentice, Devontae Adams, you know what I mean, Cooper Kupp. So they made it just uniform across the board, which is excellent, man. And then the last point, they made improvements to man coverage pre-snap alignment versus bunch formations, because your defenders wasn't lined up over the guys. Even when you're in man coverage, it gave them a head start, especially on them corner routes. You know what I mean? You had to actually click on the player, move him across the field, right over top of the guy. And even then, sometimes he would go back to his position. So it was like you was out of position before the play even started. And they corrected that. So a lot of things, man, EA is correcting. That lets you know that they was listening to the community last year. In years past, probably not so much. But this year, they're acknowledging that a lot of stuff in the game was glitchy. A lot of stuff in the game was being abused. And they're trying to go back to, they're trying to go to a more sim-style play. Because I know 2K is in those offices saying, listen, EA is not even putting out a sim product, so why can't I? You know what I mean? That's not a sim product because this, that, and the third. So that's great to hear, man. We got a lot more of these coming, so stay tuned, man. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is UNAPOLOGETICGAMER, and I'm back with another video. And we're going to keep this going, man. In the last video, hopefully you saw it. If not, go back to the last video.